Welcome back to Afternoon Live. Hustle culture has been so deeply ingrained in our society that it often leads to the belief that success is measured by overachievement, which can eventually lead to people going into pure survival mode. Here to help break those patterns, we welcome back licensed mental health therapist and entrepreneurial well-being specialist, Jennifer Gray.
Hello.
It's great to see you.
You as well, Hannah.
A lot of people can relate. I was looking at these talking points and going, ooh, it sounds kind of familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think most people at some point probably have felt this level of survival mode related success.
Yeah, and we got to
lives.
give ourselves a break because it is kind of what we've been taught in a lot of ways.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, and it's in our hustle culture, it's also in our industry norms, so no matter where we look, we're getting that same message back.
Let's talk about some of the ways that we end up in survival mode, like achievement that's driven by fear. Can you tell me more about that?
Exactly, yeah. So when we're operating from a place of fear, we're not operating from that passion, that vision, that authenticity that we usually associate success with. And so a lot of our motivation, a lot of our ways of thinking are going to be very fear-laden, and that's not going to provide us like the sort of sustainable outlet that we really need to be successful. And I think what's really exceptionally scary about this is it's kind of addictive, right? If it's the only time you feel good about yourself, you feel good about life, that life is manageable, you're going to want to chase that feeling. And because that dopamine hit is going to be short-lived, you're going to find yourself stuck in that cycle.
It feels so good for a very brief amount of time and then you're on to the next thing.
Exactly.
So what are some of the things that drive survival mode success? I mean, one of the obvious ones would just be financial insecurity.
Yeah, absolutely. And whether that's based in reality or not, right?
Yeah.
We might actually be struggling with our financial situation, or we might just have scarcity mindset. We might think that's the situation. There's also instances in which, you know, when you're a kid, you may have been the fixer or the overachiever.
Yeah.
Now as an adult, you may find yourself feeling not good enough, maybe that imposter syndrome where you think all of your successes are because of luck somehow. And that's really going to be difficult.
You've got, and then there's some hidden costs, right, of staying in that overdrive mode all the time, like success insomnia. What does that mean?
Oh my goodness, that is when we are tired but wired. And I'm sure, Hannah, you've probably experienced this. I know I have. It's when you're completely drained, completely depleted, but like your body's also buzzing as if you've had way too many cups of coffee. So you're running from place to place, and it certainly doesn't feel good. And your body doesn't really know, am I supposed to be resting or am I supposed to be active? And it's just kind of caught in between both of them.
Yeah, and that sense of achievement without joy, like you touched on earlier. I mean, I think a lot of people can relate to that you've accomplished this milestone, but what does it really mean?
Yeah, if you're not feeling that joy, you're not feeling fulfilled, like that's not going to feel what you were expecting when you started out on this track to begin with. And that's going to be painful. And you know, if we get stuck in that cycle, we're going to continue to chase it and trying to seek out that joy, and we're still not going to get it.
So let's talk about sustainable success. You've got some tips for us, and it's not about not working hard.
I appreciate you bringing that up.
Right.
It's absolutely not. We love our hard workers. We love our dedication, but it is when you are operating from this place, you really have to recognize this is not ambition, it's actually anxiety, and we need to not mistake the two. And so one thing I encourage people to do is take one day out of the week and do nothing productive. Not have it be a to-do day, have it be a just being day, and see what that's like for you. You might be buzzing out of your body and not like it, but that's actually some really important information for you. Another tip I love to give folks is give yourself that little treat now. Instead of waiting till you're frazzled, you're completely burnt out, give yourself that little enjoyment, that little piece of self-care now so you don't miss out on it. You're not reaching for it when you absolutely need it. And I always like to say, if you're listening to these tips and you are like screaming, Jennifer, are you kidding me? There's absolutely no way I'm going to do that stuff. Then that is actually a really good signal too. That's probably not a failure of your willpower. That might be your nervous system saying, I don't need more strategies. I don't need more tips. I need something deeper. I need somatic work, EMDR, nervous system regulation, because your nervous system is not going to allow you to get out of that overdrive until it feels more settled.
It really is all internalized, and we need support sometimes more than, like the game plan, like you said.
Absolutely, yeah. And to our earlier point, you know, if we're met with all the messages from society to continue in it, it's going to be really hard to break that.
I'm taking a deep breath. I'm listening. I relate so much, and this is all great stuff. Always so nice to see you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Anna.
Okay, we will have these tips and more about Jennifer on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.